Back to what you said was trending today. Betsy DeVos has just been sworn in late this afternoon as Secretary of Education. That is trending today. The Democrats obstructing Trump's nominees so much since it hasn't been done this badly since George Washington's cabinet. It actually took a little longer to come together. Are the Dems going to pay for this, or is this what voters want? Here to discuss, the proprietor of rightwingnews.com. That would be the one, the only, John Hawkins. Good to see you. Oh, not hearing John. No audio. I don't think that's ever happened.
How about now? Can you hear me now?
There he is. Now we have him, but we don't have his pretty face. There he is, all in one piece.
I hit the mute button. I have to apologize. That is all on me, not your production staff's fault.
Yeah, well, we just blame Jason for everything, and it works because usually somehow it's his fault. So just
I was tempted. Yeah. I was tempted.
Yeah,
it felt right.
Just go with blaming Jason. All right, John, left all upset that Betsy DeVos was confirmed as Education Secretary. So the Senate Democrats tried hard to obstruct. Do you think they're going to pay for being obstructionists, or do you think this is what the American people are expecting right now?
Well, it's what their base is expecting. Their base is demanding that they fight Trump any way they can. So you're seeing this all over. They have these rallies. It's like, what is the point of this rally? Well, we're protesting because we're angry. Okay, what do you want to achieve? We want to show we're angry. All right. Yeah, and this is just dumb obstructionism. I understand if you don't want to vote for Betsy DeVos, that's fine, but it's so weird to see them saying, all right, we're just going to try to drag this out to be annoying. It seems kind of childish.
It does seem petulant, and it also seems hypocritical, John, because if I remember correctly, for about the last 8 years, they've been pointing the finger and saying that Republicans were obstructionists, but Republicans were never obstructionists to the degree that they have been.
Well, give us the next Democratic president, we probably will be. That's usually how that works. So all of this going crazy and going nuts, and just to give you an idea of how crazy they're going over this, Joss Whedon, the guy who's behind Firefly and Buffy and Wonder Woman, he's having a mental breakdown over this on Twitter right now. He's just going, oh my God, what Republicans hate children. What? What are you talking about? So they are going absolutely nuts. And I don't think it probably serves them, because the only thing they're basically doing is screaming. They sound like really like little crybabies. It's just not going to work for them.
And you say their base. And my question to you, John, is what exactly is their base at this point? Because obviously they lost pretty big. They've lost, Obama lost House seats, Senate seats, governor seats while he was president, into the thousands, literally. We know that there were a lot of former Democrats, especially in the heartland of America, that voted, in fact, for Donald Trump when they'd voted Democrat previously. Personally, just anecdotally, I meet people every day who were some even socialist-leaning Democrats who have come around to think that the Democrats just don't represent them anymore. So is it really their base demanding it, John, or is it a noisy, violent contingent that may be a lot smaller than, for example, the Tea Party was that fought for Trump to be elected?
I think it's a combination of the two. I think the noisy, violent bunch of goons are their base. So, and keep in mind, they've been wiped out in a lot of normal places. You could drive from North Carolina to California without ever running through a Democratic district in some places. So what's happening is their support is concentrating in certain cities, it's concentrating in certain areas, and it's getting more and more radical. These are people who thought they were going to be in power forever. They thought Obama changed the game. They thought there's no way Trump could win. They still don't see that they did anything wrong. They don't look at Obamacare and say, gosh, we were wrong to lie, or gosh, Hillary wasn't the best candidate in the world. They don't look at it that way. And this sort of crazy irrationality is bleeding up to the people who are on their side in the Senate and the House.
I appreciate your analysis so much, John, that I have a question for you that I really want to see what you say, because you said these people thought they were going to be in power forever. And I think that a lot of us thought that too. And I based that, honestly, on the way that they seem to have such a chokehold on so many of our cities. For generations now, Democrats have been in controls of our cities as they continued to decline and become less and less empowered. So I thought that the federal government would be the same way. What do you think is different?
Well, I think, a number of things. I mean, it could still turn out that way. And they believe that Barack Obama had turned out so many minorities in such numbers that, that was going to be it. Because if they had minorities voting at the same level as white voters, they'd be in shape. But they've actually gotten worse with white voters. That's a big thing for them. They ran a horrible, horrible candidate. They've actually just stopped trying to appeal to large segments of the population. They basically said, we rule you, we're going to do what we want. And so, yeah, I think they're going to have a lot of difficulty. I mean, it's not that they couldn't pull it back together, but they need to go back. I mean, and this is something people say about either party when they lose. They need to go back to that Bill Clinton-esque, we're more of a moderate Democrat type of rap that they used to put out there. I think that's the way they need to go, but I don't know that they will. I think they need to at least lose one more election to do that.
It's interesting, though, John, because I don't feel like the Republicans ever did that looking in the mirror, that introspection that we kind of all wish the Democrats would do at this point. But I'll tell you who did, and it was you and me. It was the grassroots out there, the activists out there, the people that really make elections happen. And I believe, even though you and I were on different sides of this primary, that we fought a really good primary because of the introspection we had done about our own party, not messaging correctly, not approaching elections properly in order to win, and ignoring things that we thought were really important. And so I wonder if you think that the grassroots in the Democrat Party are making any of those sorts of judgments of their establishment politicians right now. Or are they, and if not, why not? What's that disconnect there?
I think for them, I'm not seeing it. I mean, you will hear somebody every so often say, we should do this differently, we've got to do this differently. But for the most part, they just concluded they didn't fight hard enough and that they weren't liberal enough and that Barack Obama was too moderate and Hillary Clinton didn't go after Trump enough. And it's all just self-congratulatory bunk that they're telling themselves to keep from having to change anything. And yeah, I think they're going to have a tough time with that. And that's why I say they need to lose one more election, because losing to Trump is a huge blow, but that didn't change it. They need to lose one more time to realize, hey, this acting crazy is not going to get us where we want to go.
It's going to be interesting to watch, John, because I agree with you. I don't feel like they have the same level of what's wrong that we had in that panic. John Hawkins, thanks for being with us. Back in a moment.